We're going behind enemy lines. I'm so happy to be joined by a former Seahawk Pro Bowler, Super Bowl champ, a guy that's very familiar with seeing the 49ers, now the host of the KJ All Day podcast, KJ Wright. Man, happy to have you here. And I want to start by asking you this. What do the Seattle Seahawks need to do to snap this little losing streak they're in while they've got the red-hot San Francisco 49ers?
We are in foreign territory right now. You're talking about Coach Carroll potentially losing 4 games in a row. This has never been done. And I go back to the Thanksgiving night. You guys came in our house, blew us out, embarrassed us on national TV. This cannot go down like this again. I refuse for this to ever happen again. And I just look at you guys' roster on offense, on defense, offensive line, play caller. You guys are stacked. But in this ball game, I'm looking at the defense. They have got to do the little things right when you're facing a Kyle Shanahan type offense. And rule number one, priority number one, is we have got to tackle way better than what we did. Christian McCaffrey, if it's a 1 yard game, keep it at a 1 yard game. They're going to throw screens to Deebo Samuel, wrap those thick legs that he has, and bring that guy to the ground. And so you do that, keep fighting, keep scratching, keep clawing. Offense put up some points like they did last week against the Dallas Cowboys. I think we'll be A-okay.
You mentioned some of those key players. I heard you call Christian McCaffrey one of the best, at least the best running back in the NFL right now. You can't stop him. How do you try to contain him?
You can't stop him. You can't stop him. But the way that you do contain him is understand this. In the pass game, I truly believe that if they looking downfield, immediately Brock Purdy is going to go down to his check down and Christian McCaffrey. Take those 3 yard completions and keep them at that. Don't let them catch the ball and explode for 10 to 15 yards down the football field. If I'm defensive coordinator Clint Hurt, the only person I'm putting man-to-man against Christian McCaffrey is a defensive back. Do not think about putting a linebacker on this guy because he will slice you up, he will dice you up, and he'll take it for 6 points. And so understand that their run game is extremely complex. Defensive linemen have got to win their one-on-one battles. No one-for-ones on the defensive line. Linebackers understand your fits and have to game tackle. When I look at the film after this game, I want 11 hats to the football. That is the only way you can slow down Christian McCaffrey.
Deebo Samuel is a bit of a Seahawk killer. It seems like every time Seattle comes up on the schedule, he puts up a career day. You got to face him when he was with, when you were with Seattle, he was here. What makes him so good, and what's tough about stopping him?
There's 2 guys, no, there's 3 guys actually that I really struggle tackling. There was Alvin Kamara. There's this guy, I'm losing the running back from the Atlanta Falcons, Michael Turner, and Deebo Samuels is a guy that I struggle tackling as well. And what made all those guys so special is their balance. You can't just go in there with a chicken wing and think you go knock these guys down. They're going to stay up. They're firm. He has a powerful center, lower body, unique center of gravity when it comes to running the ball. And so when he gets his hands on the football in the run game, the screen game, pass game, it's the yards after catch that make Deebo Samuel so special. And I just look at on this other side, you got Ayuk, 2 number 1 receivers in the NFL, and Kyle Shanahan draws up such unique plays to create these guys in mismatches and make sure they get open down the football field. And so they're a nightmare. We didn't even talk about George Kittle. And so it's not fair that you guys got all this talent on this side of the ball, but my guys got to step up on defense, create turnovers, make game-changing plays, going to Santa Clara. It won't be easy, but they got to find a way.
Is this a 49ers offense you would have liked facing, or are you happy maybe that you're not on the playing field anymore?
Hey, I don't care. Hey, I don't care who it is, where it is, anytime, anywhere. KJ Wright want to play some ball against the best. And the last time I played these guys in 2020, that was my last year in Seattle. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe that we won both of those matchups. And so I'm used to facing these guys. I played George Kittle, I played Juszczyk, and they didn't have the type of quarterback that I'm seeing with Brock Purdy. The guy is finally getting rid of this narrative, oh, he's a game manager, Mr. Irrelevant 7th-round pick. He's looking like we can start talking about being that elite category, a guy that can manage the game, yes. When it's time to put up 300-plus yards, he's showing us on a consistent basis that he can do that as well. And so I just like that he can just get everyone fed in this offense. Everyone is happy. He's getting his touchdowns as well. And so he's someone that's really, really exciting to watch. And I'm looking forward to him just extending and taking his career to a new level each and every year.
In that Thanksgiving game, the 49ers made the decision to have Mooney Ward shadow DK Metcalf, and he shut him down. Can the Niners do that again in this game, or will the Seahawks be prepared for that?
No, they're going to have the San Francisco 49ers going to have the same exact game plan. Ward, you go to DK Metcalf, everyone else, handle your business. And the guy that I want you to watch out for in this football game is Jackson Smith and Jigba. He was the most targeted guy last week against the Dallas Cowboys. He made that one-hand catch on Thanksgiving night, and he's making some really, really spectacular plays for Coach Carroll and the Seahawks offense. And so watch out for him. If Ward is going to shut down DK like he did this last game, we got to find other areas and other holes in this defense because you guys are stingy. You guys are hungry. You get after the passer. And I don't like comparing too many people to my Legion of Boom days, but you guys are the next best thing than what I played in my era.
I was just going to ask you, Fred Warner, a guy that played your position, what jumps out to you about him?
He's the standard. Fred Warner is the standard when it comes to playing the linebacker position. You see that he's always prepared. He's getting guys lined up. He's running sideline to sideline. He's making plays. He does everything that you want at that middle linebacker position. And so since day one, I remember watching him as a young rookie. I knew that it was going to be special. So watching him be in full command of that huddle, that alpha presence that you want as a linebacker. He got a really, really talented linebacker right next to him in Dre Greenlaw. And I just love the dynamic duo that they're doing. They are running the show. They're making plays, going sideline to sideline. Hands down the best duo in the NFL.
I wanted to ask you about Dre Greenlaw. We saw that weird situation in Philadelphia where the head of security kind of gets in his face, then Dre gets in his face, they both get ejected. What would you have done in your playing days if you were in Dre's situation?
Well, first of all, it was a horrendous call. Like if you're the security guy, don't touch me. Do not put your hands on me. Don't push me. Don't shove me. And Dre Greenlaw, he had the right to defend himself. And he went for, I don't know what it was, a finger point or a punch, but he may have touched a smidge of his face. I truly don't think he should have been ejected for the game. I thought it was a really, really bad call. Hopefully, Roger Goodell, NFL, do not fine him because it was not malicious. It was not too crazy. Throwing him out the game, I was really heartbroken for him because I've also been ejected from the game for something really, really mild. But yeah, if you're the security guard, don't ever touch a player, and that situation wouldn't have happened.
Pete Carroll does not lose 4 games in a row, as you were saying. What makes him such a great motivator, and what does he have to do to motivate his guys on Sunday?
He's Mr. Positive. He's Mr. Optimistic. Every game is a championship opportunity. I don't care if it's in the preseason, week 1, week 14 versus San Francisco 49ers. We have got to have a championship mentality as a football team. And I guarantee you, I know that he found something good in their first matchup that he is highlighting, that he's showing these guys that they did well. And he's going to make sure that they tap into just believing that you can do this, doing the little things right, protecting the football, creating 3 turnovers on defense. He's just the ultimate motivator, the most positive guy I've been around, the ultimate competitor. And so he's not going to lay down lightly. And when you look at the matchup, we know where the Niners are. We know the Seahawks are. But they're going to fight. They're going to be prepared. And I truly believe it's going to be a battle.
This has been a great rivalry, especially since you got to Seattle. What's your favorite 49ers Seahawks game memory?
Oh, you put me on the spot. Ooh, do we go? Oh, first of all, my first ever NFL start, 2011. KJ Wright, young rookie, went to San Francisco 49ers, and I started week 1. Had my whole family come out. There was like 25 of my family members came out to San Francisco, all the way from Mississippi. That was a special moment for me. But we got to take it to the NFC Championship. It'll be criminal if I didn't bring that up. Just that matchup, that game, that was the Super Bowl. That was the Super Bowl that football season. Here comes Kaepernick. He's driving. And he just, for some strange reason, decide to throw a fade ball to Richard Sherman's side. And we all know that the rest was history. And so to get that moment, have the confetti fall down to go to the NFC, to go to the Super Bowl, was hands down my favorite San Francisco 49ers or Seahawks memory.
I got to ask you, at what point did you guys see the Aaron Andrews, Richard Sherman interview? And what did you think?
We saw it. Well, we have TVs all in our locker room. And so we saw it as soon as we got into the locker room. At first I saw him animated, then we actually went and turned it up. I was like, what is he mad about? We should be smiling and happy, but to this day, I found out the beef between Michael Crabtree and Richard Sherman, so I understand why Sherman was so mad. And it's funny, and it all makes sense now why he was so amped up. And so, hands down, a top 5 post-game interview belonged to Richard Sherman and Aaron Andrews.
All right, a lot of great memories, but this Sunday, what is your prediction?
You know I love my Seahawks.
Yeah.
I played there for a decade. This is my team. So I'm gonna go low scoring. Give me 17-14.
Ooh,
17-14. Seattle Seahawks.
that would be
17-14.
unprecedented.
You heard it here. I don't care. Yeah, you heard it. You heard it here. 17-14. Seahawks coming out on top.
All right, I love it. I love it. KJ, this has been awesome catching up with you. You can catch him on the KJ All Day podcast. Vern is coming right back to wrap it up.